The mixtures could be either homogeneous or heterogeneous. So a homogeneous mixture was called a solution, and a heterogeneous mixture could be either a suspension or a colloid. So colloid and suspension both are the types of heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. Now what are colloids? I'll show you what is a colloid. In this bottle, I have put some amount of milk, a few drops of milk in water, and this milk is making that complete mixture a colloid. Milk itself is a colloidal solution. Okay, so why it's colloidal, why I'm calling that this is colloidal, let's see to that. Okay, I have kept it for so long. When I came to the class distance, that time that is there on the table, but I have the particles settled down at the bottom. Is it that the upper part is clear water and the lower part is having all the milkiness in that? So what you can say about the solution? Is it stable or unstable? It's stable because the particles have not settled down. Okay. Apart from that, let's see whether it's going to show Tyndall effect or not. Whether it's showing the beam of light or not. So when I pass a beam of light through this solution, you can see that the pathway of light is illuminated. The pathway of light is visible. Okay. So this visible pathway of light, that is only known as what? Yes, that is known as आवाज नहीं आई. Okay. So that is known as Tyndall effect. Okay. So can you see the particles here? The particles are visible in a suspension, but can you see the particles in the colloid? No. The particles are bigger than a solution, but they are smaller than a suspension, and that is why they couldn't be seen by naked eyes. With naked eyes, we are not able to see them. Okay. So let's see about colloids. It is a type of mixture when the tiny particles are dispersed within the medium. So dispersed means they are evenly spread in the medium. Okay, such a mixture will be called a colloid. Okay, then the particles are uniformly spread throughout the solution. So it's not that the upper part is less milky or the lower part is less milky. It's having the milkiness that is uniform throughout it. Okay, so it appears to be homogeneous only. It appears to be homogeneous now because the composition seems to be same throughout. But it's actually not homogeneous. What happens at home if your mother boils the milk and just keep it aside for a few hours? What happens after that? Do you observe any change in the milk? Yes? Yes, you are correct. Speak up. Yes. The cream of the milk comes at the top. So at the top you can see the cream, and at the bottom you can see the milk part of that. So the cream is getting separated from the milk. That means it was appearing to be homogeneous, but actually it is not. Okay, actually it is having two type of components that could be separated from each other. Okay, so that is uniformly spread, and the size of the particles is really small only, but bigger than solution, smaller than suspension. Smaller than suspension. Okay, then it appears to be homogeneous, but I told you it is actually a type of heterogeneous mixture. Next, they are easily going to scatter the beam of light that we have seen, and that effect is known as Tyndall effect. Tyndall is the name of a scientist who first observed this, and this effect is named after the name of the scientist. Okay, so this effect is known as Tyndall effect. So you can see if it is a solution, here what you have taken is a solution, a homogeneous mixture that is not showing the beam of light. But if you pass the beam of light through a colloid, its pathway is visible, and this effect is known as Tyndall effect. Okay, so in this experiment also they have shown that only, like the colloid solution is showing the pathway of light. Okay, milk, blood, these are the examples of colloids. Milk and blood both are colloidal solutions. Okay, properties of colloids. Okay. So you must have seen such beams of light sometimes coming into your room. That shows that in the room also this is showing the Tyndall effect. That is also Tyndall effect. Okay, so you must have seen in your room as well, light beams come entering your room and the pathway of the light is visible. But earlier when we were studying solutions, we studied that air is a homogeneous mixture, but actually the air around us is actually colloidal. It is a heterogeneous mixture because air around us is having the sand particles, dust particles, water vapors, that makes it a colloidal solution. Okay, we will see about the properties of colloids. So colloids, you know that these are heterogeneous mixtures. They appear to be homogeneous, but actually they are heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, if you keep milk, then you will see after some time it's going to separate into its components. The fat layer will come up. That means that was actually a heterogeneous mixture. The second property is that the particles of colloid are very small, so that they couldn't be seen with naked eyes. But they are bigger than the particles of solution, and so they can scatter a beam of light. So we have seen that when we pass light through a colloidal solution, the pathway of light was visible, but that was not visible in a true solution. Okay, a solution is also known as a true solution. So in a true solution, that is in a homogeneous mixture, that pathway of light was not visible, but the pathway of light is visible in a colloidal solution. So the particle size is midway between solution and suspension. So the particles are big enough to scatter the beam of light, but they are small to be seen by naked eyes. Okay, without a microscope we won't be able to see the particles. Next is, they cannot be separated by filtration. If you take any colloid, you can't separate its components by filtration. If you filter out milk, can you separate the fats from the milk? No. But we can separate it by the process of centrifugation. And what centrifugation? This is a method that's even done by your mother at home. Centrifugation means just rotating the mixture at a high speed. So when your mother has to prepare butter, or she has to take out the cream from the milk, then what she can do is take the milk or the buttermilk in a mixer grinder and rotate it at a high speed. When she rotates that buttermilk or milk in a mixer grinder at a high speed, what is she actually performing is centrifugation. And by that way you know that the butter would be separated from that, the milk cream could be separated by that. Okay, such a separation is known as centrifugation. When we have the components, so colloidal solutions could be like we have seen that milk is a type of colloidal solution. One more example of colloidal solution is, yes, it's a blood. Blood is also a colloidal solution. Now we will see why we are calling it as a colloidal solution. Okay, in a solution we have seen, in a homogeneous solution we have seen that a solution has two parts. What are the two parts? It is having a solute and a solvent. Similarly, a colloid is also having two parts. What we used to call a solute, similar to that, is a dispersed phase. In a colloidal solution, the particles which are there, we call them as dispersed phase. So it is somewhat equivalent to, it is somewhat similar to solute of a solution. Okay, and a dispersed medium is there, that is similar to a solvent. Okay, so in the solution we used to say solute and solvent. In colloidal mixture we call it as dispersed phase, that is analogous to, that is similar to solute, and a dispersed medium, that is similar to solvent. Okay, so colloidal solution has two parts: dispersed phase, which is present in a dispersed medium. Okay, based on this only many types of colloidal solutions are there, and that is something now you need to just you have to learn that. This is the learning part of the chapter. Up till now whatever we were looking at we were all able to understand that. We need not learn that, but now whatever is there in this table, that we have to just learn it up. Okay, there is very little to understand, and most of the part is now for this particular chart, that is learning is more. Okay, so what is there? If you see fog, clouds or mist. So in clouds what is there? That liquid in clouds, what is the liquid present? Water molecules, and that are present in the gaseous medium. So in a gaseous medium some water molecules are present. Any such colloid is known as a aerosol, that is called a aerosol. And the examples of aerosol include clouds, fog means, what do we call fog in Hindi? Kohra. Okay, or mist. So these are all having the same thing, that is liquid is present in the gaseous medium. In the fog also it's the same. The air is a gaseous medium, and in fog what happens? Water vapors are there in that gas, matlab air. So that is called a fog. Fine. So such a type of colloidal solution is called a aerosol. Fine. The second example of a colloidal solution is when some solid particles are present in a gas. That is also known as a aerosol only. And examples, it's very easy for you all. Some solid present in a gas, examples are smoke, automobile exhaust. So you know that in automobile exhaust, carbon particles are there, the black particles, the carbon particles are there. So these are all solid particles that are present in the gas. Okay. Next, it's a gas in a liquid. This complete table along with examples that is given in your NCERT book as well. Okay. Next is the dispersed phase is gas, means gas is present in liquid. Okay. A gas is present in a liquid. So example of that is shaving cream. So in a shaving cream, we usually use a foam. You have seen the shaving cream is in the form of foam. So what is there? A liquid base is there in which some gas is there. Okay. So when you press the nozzle of that, the shaving cream comes out in the form of foam. Okay. So that is called a foam. Foam we call in Hindi as, what do we call foam? Jhaag. Okay, jhaag. So that comes out as foam. Okay. So that is having some liquid. That is gas is present in the liquid. An example is shaving cream. Okay. What type of question could be asked? Give an example of a gas and liquid colloid. Or you could be asked that what is the dispersed phase and dispersed medium in foam. Or you could be asked what is the dispersed phase and dispersed medium in shaving cream. Okay. Or it could be asked that give an example of a foam. So an example of foam is shaving cream. Okay. Next type is liquid in liquid. So liquid is present in a liquid. So solute as well as a solvent means the dispersed phase as well as the dispersed medium both are liquid. And examples include milk. In milk, the milk is having both the parts as liquid only. Okay, water is the dispersed medium, and in that milk particles are there. Okay, so both are liquid only. Similarly, face cream also. The face creams that are also liquid in liquid. You can try with that. You can just any of the body lotions you can take and just keep it in a bowl or something. You will find that the water is present in that and that gets evaporated. After that, you will find a cream remains. That is oily cream remains. So in creams and in milk, what is there? Oil, which is liquid. That is mixed thoroughly with the water. And water plus oil, which are both liquid. That forms the face creams. Okay, so creams are prepared by that way only. Water in oil in water. So that is a liquid in liquid. Okay, and examples include face cream and milk. Is that fine? Okay, so if I ask you, give an example of aerosol. Give one example of aerosol. So it could be fog, cloud, mist, smoke, automobile exhaust. All these are examples of aerosol. Give an example of foam. Shaving cream. What is the dispersed phase and dispersed medium in foam? So dispersed phase is gas and dispersed medium is liquid. Fine. What is the dispersed phase and dispersed medium in emulsion? Liquid. Both are liquid. An example? Milk and face cream. Okay. This emulsion is quite important. Okay. Out of all this, what is most important is the emulsion. Okay. This much is clear to everyone. If anyone has any doubt, you can ask me. Yes. Aerosol. Okay. Aerosols means a liquid or a solid is present in a gas. So it could be either a liquid or a solid. If it is present in a gas, then we call it as aerosol. Okay. If liquid is present in gas, the examples include fog, clouds and mist. If a solid is present in gas, those examples are smoke, because smoke has carbon particles which are solid and that is present in the carbon dioxide and other gases. So solid is present in a gas. Okay. Is that fine, everyone? Can we move on? Yes? No, we will talk. Thank you for the reminder. The table is not yet complete. Okay, we have some more examples. We have to see to all that. Okay. Next type of colloidal solution is sol. Okay. Sometimes it might be asked, what is a sol? So what is a sol? When a solid is present in a liquid. When the dispersed phase is solid and dispersed medium is liquid. Such a colloidal solution is called a sol. Okay, and examples include milk of magnesia and mud. Milk of magnesia is a medicated thing that is used to relieve acidity. sometimes if acidity is there, then doctors sometimes prescribe milk of magnesia to you. Okay, at your age acidity doesn't happen, so that the medicine that is given for that is milk of magnesia. Okay, and that is an example of a salt in which the solid particles of the medicine are suspended in a liquid medium. Okay, so examples include milk of magnesia and mud. In mud also, in water, the sand particles are there. So in water, the sand particles are there. So the sand is solid and it is present in water, that is liquid. Okay, so that examples include milk of magnesia and mud, and that type of colloid is called a solid. Okay, next it's a gas in solid. If the solid is having some gas present in it. Okay, so that will again be called as foam. Earlier also we have seen foam. What was there? Shaving cream was a foam. And what was there in that? A gas was present in a liquid. Here a gas is present in a solid. So gas present in a solid or gas present in a liquid. Okay, foam could be either gas in solid or a gas in liquid. That is also a foam. Okay, example of a gas present in a solid will include foam rubber, sponge, pumice. That is what is pumic? Pumic stone, you have seen? Okay, so that is pumic stone. Stone is solid, and in that pores are there. Okay, have you ever seen pumic stone? That's a very light stone, lightweight stone is it? Often used as a scrub to clean your body. Okay, so that is very light stone, lightweight stone is there, that is used to clean as a scrub on body, to clean the heel and all. So that is solid stone, and in that air spaces are there. In the air spaces, air is there. So gas is present in a solid. Okay, so that is examples include sponge. Sponge you all must have seen. Okay, sponge, pumic stone, foam rubber. So these are all examples of gas present in a solid, and that is called a foam. That would be called a foam. Okay, so if a gas is present in a liquid or a gas is present in a solid, in both the conditions the colloidal solution is called a foam. Fine. Okay, next one is a liquid present in solid. A liquid present in solid, that could examples could be cheese, butter, jelly. So all these are solid. Jelly is solid, cheese is solid, butter is also solid, but in that solid a lot of water content is there, and that is why we say that a liquid is present in a solid. Okay, the dispersed phase is liquid which is present in a dispersed medium, that is solid. Okay, and such a colloidal solution, such a colloidal mixture is called a gel. Okay, gel. Okay, so it's jelly, cheese, butter, these are all examples where a solid contains a lot of liquid in it. Okay, and that is called a gel. Fine. Okay, yes, anyone, one last is there, and then I'll take up your doubts. Okay, next it's a solid is having another solid present in it. So dispersed phase as well as dispersed medium, both are solid only. Okay, then we call it as a solid salt. Okay, and the examples include colored gemstone. You have seen colored gemstones, ruby, panna, like blue gemstones are there, red gemstones are there, or green color stem is there, gemstones are there. So these are all having a solid that is again present in another solid only. Okay, and milky glass. Have you seen such a glass that is having a milky appearance? Okay, in your class also you can see that. That milky glass is due to the presence of a solid in another solid. So in the glass only some milky substances added during the preparation of the glass, and that is called a that is another example of solid salt. Okay, so when we are going to call it as a salt, whenever a solid salt कब कहेंगे? When a solid is present in another solid, then we call it as a solid salt. Okay, simply if I ask you about salt, so what is salt? A solid present in a liquid. If a solid is present in a liquid, or if a solid is present in a solid, then that will be called as a salt. If both are solid, then we call it as solid salt. If one of them is liquid, we call just a salt. Okay, clear? I'll give you some time to learn this, and then I'll ask you in the class. It's going to be a tough thing for you all to learn all this in the table. Okay, so to learn this table, it's quite a difficult task, but we have to manage with that. Right now, we are going to revise it again. Okay, so that it becomes even more clear to you. So everyone ready? Okay, let's once again just revise this complete table so that it's easier for us to learn it. Okay, so let's once again revise it. And What is aerosol? Aerosol means a liquid is present in a gas or a solid is present in a gas. In both the conditions, it will be called a aerosol. Okay? And aerosol, if it is having a liquid and gas, the examples include fog, clouds, and mist. Okay? Next, if it is solid that is present in a gas, that is again called aerosol. And the examples include smoke and automobile exhaust. What is automobile exhaust? The exhaust that is coming out from the vehicles. Okay, धुआं जिसको हम कहते हैं. Okay, so the धुआं that is coming out from the vehicles, that is called a automobile exhaust. Okay, next is, if a gas is present in a liquid, means the dispersed phase is a gas and is present in a dispersed medium, that is liquid. The examples that is called a foam. That is called a foam. So whether a gas is present in a liquid or what is present in liquid, again we were calling it as foam only. Solid. Gas or solid present in a liquid, we will be calling it as foam. Okay. So if a gas is present in a liquid, we call it as a foam, and examples include shaving cream. Okay. Next is liquid and liquid. Both are liquid, and such a colloidal solution, such a colloidal mixture is called a emulsion. That is called a emulsion. Okay. Examples of emulsion is milk, face cream. Okay. So milk and face cream both are emulsions. Fine. After this, we will have a quick test for these right now itself. Okay, just now only. So listen carefully, and then right now only we are going to have a quick test based on this only, in this table only. Okay. Next, it's if a solid is present in a liquid, then we call it as salt. Example includes milk of magnesia and mud. Okay. If a gas is present in solid, that is called a foam. Examples include sponge, pumic stone, foam rubber. Okay. These are all examples of a foam. When a gas is present in a solid. Gas is present in a solid. Here also foam was there where a gas was present in a liquid. So if a gas is present in a liquid, then also it is called a foam. Or if a gas is present in a solid, then also it is called a foam. A gas in liquid or a gas in solid. Both the ways it is called a foam. Fine. Next is it's a liquid that is present in a solid. That type of colloid is called a gel, and the examples include jelly, cheese, or butter. Okay. Next is dispersed phase is also solid, dispersed medium is also solid, and the type of colloid is called solid salt. Okay. Examples include colored gemstone and milky glass. Okay. Now everyone take out your PC. Quickly take out your PC, everyone. I feel that science is basically 70 to 80% of understanding, only 20 to 30% of learning, and this is the 20 to 30%. This is 100% learning only, है ना? Okay. I tell you the name of colloidal mixture. I will tell you type of mixture, and you have to write about the dispersed phase, dispersed medium, and the examples. Write about emulsion. याद है तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, नहीं भी याद है तो याद हो जाएगा फिर, ठीक है? So don't copy it from anywhere. Don't ask anyone. Don't discuss it. If you know it, write down. If you don't know it, leave it. Then you will have a learning. If you don't know that, still you will be having a learning. Okay? So write about emulsion. Next, write down about gel. Gel.